Hi, my name is Sam Shapiro. I'm a fifth year computer science major graduating this December, and I'm part of the recently graduated T&M class of 2020, where I completed a minor in computing and business. I knew after my second year that I wanted my career to be a combination of both computer science and business, and T&M helped me explore both of these sides with the experiences and connections that the program and staff provided. Regarding the coursework, some of the T&M classes, including Analysis of Emerging Technologies and the Capstone Project, were a few of my favorite classes I've taken at Georgia Tech. And the business knowledge that I gained from taking classes such as accounting and finance helped me significantly in more business-based interviews that I had when I applied for internships outside of the computing field. In addition, the T&M China and Hong Kong international experience was a really fun and immersive way to not only learn about international business, but to speak directly with key business leaders in China and learn how they make decisions and react to changes in their economy. Regarding internships, the T&M program provides its students with a number of corporate affiliates at large companies, such as Caterpillar, Georgia-Pacific, and Boeing. It was actually at one of the T&M office takeovers that I was able to meet two IT representatives from Boeing who offered me an interview the next day for their IT internship program. I, as well as three of my other good friends from T&M, were all also able to participate in this internship program, and we lived together in Seattle while working for Boeing, all thanks to that initial connection that T&M provided for us. For my capstone project, I worked for PACCAR, the company behind Peterbilt, Kenworth, and DAF trucks. The project was modifying and creating more efficient processes within their Atlanta distribution center. And my team consisted of me, CS major, one business IT major, one business ops major, and one public policy major. The project was unlike anything I had worked on before. We were visiting the warehouse on a weekly basis to interview workers, test our ideas, and measure the results. I learned a ton, not only about the industry that we were working in, but also what it's like to work as a consultant for a real corporate client that has a budget specifically allocated for your project. It forces you to make real data-driven business decisions, and it helped me realize that I was much more excited about this kind of work than I was about writing code and sitting behind a desk all day. So because of this, the T&M program ended up actually having a significant impact on my career path. Rather than becoming a software engineer with my computer science degree, my Boeing internship and capstone experience allowed me to discover that I wanted a role that tackles both the technical side and a business and client-facing side. So this actually led me to accept a full-time offer as a business intelligence analyst at a top trading firm in Chicago. Very different from writing software engineer for a major software company. But I'm very thankful for everything that the T&M program has given to me, and I know that it's had huge benefits similar to mine for many students interested in diversifying their professional skills and interests and entering potentially the business field or any business-related role.
Hi, my name is Michelle Boykovic, and I am a fourth year at Tech. I am a business major concentrating in supply chain management and operations, and I'm in the T&M class of 2020. My experience in T&M has been absolutely phenomenal. I joined T&M 2 years ago because I decided that I wanted an interdisciplinary approach to my academic career at Tech, and I really had a desire to bridge the gap between engineering and business. Now, as a supply chain management and operations concentration, having background knowledge in product development, innovation, and engineering due to the curriculum that T&M offers has allowed me to be successful not only academically, but in my professional career so far in my internships. Having that background knowledge, like I mentioned in the product development, engineering, and innovation, has helped me to create amazing work because I'm able to produce work that takes into consideration various business capabilities. And that's something that a lot of business students aren't really exposed to and is a huge advantage of the T&M program. So that was a big differentiator for me among my peers at work. And then academically, there's a lot of overlap between the supply chain and ops curriculum and the T&M curriculum because of the heavy emphasis on product development. And I think T&M for supply chain and ops concentration, I found that it's such a great way to differentiate yourself at Scheller. So one huge perk there. Another thing that T&M has taught me is the skill of learning to work with different types of people to achieve a common goal. This past fall and spring, I worked on a capstone project with Siemens, and I was partnered with 4 other business majors, all of different concentrations, to analyze the effectiveness of B2B trade shows and see if Siemens should continue to invest in them, and if not, where they could best allocate their time and money. So the project was fantastic. I really loved it. T&M talks a bunch about it, and they give you so many resources to be successful and lots of opportunities to grow in that time. But something that I really learned was learning to build a strong team and finding ways to leverage different people's skills and passions and talents so that the result of a project can not only be beneficial for the corporate sponsor, but for everyone involved in the project, whether it's us students or the T&M staff. I found that was super important, just learning how to work with different types of people, and it's something that I've taken with me and am going to continue to take with me throughout my career. Yeah, and I found that T&M also equips you with the professional development opportunities to build relationships, which I just think is so important and a huge perk of the T&M program. Like the office takeovers are huge. Just talking to the T&M staff was really helpful throughout my time in T&M, and something that I'm very, very thankful for in the way that T&M invests in our personal and professional development. And just one other thing that I really enjoyed from the T&M program is that you get out of it what you put into it. So I recommend taking advantage of any opportunity that T&M offers to build yourself up professionally, personally, whatever it might be, to reach your fullest potential, be the best version of yourself, and really just take advantage of what this program has to offer. I think for me, T&M was incredibly challenging, but so incredibly rewarding. And I'm so thankful for it, and I wouldn't change it for anything. So yeah, thank you to T&M for everything.
Hey, Prospective T&M students. My name is McCade Stewart. I'm a 4th-year industrial and systems engineering major concentrating in economic and financial systems. And I graduated as part of the class of 2020 this past spring. I really enjoyed the T&M program because as an industrial engineering major, I already get a blend of business and engineering concepts in my core classes, but I was able to get engineering and business in this program. So from the business side, I was able to take classes like marketing, investments, and accounting, apart from the different engineering applications, but I was also able to take these core classes with the rest of the cohort that introduced me to some generic engineering concepts that I don't actually get to learn in my industrial engineering curriculum. I also really enjoyed the networking events, getting to meet the different corporate affiliates and getting to know them on a personal and professional level, as well as the rest of the people from my cohort, getting to meet people from different walks of life around campus and getting to know them when I probably wouldn't have gotten to meet them otherwise. And then the T&M staff, Bob, John, Sheena, and Ann, getting to interact with them for a variety of different reasons, each one of them bringing their own expertise to the table, and each one of them really cares about all the students in the program. My capstone experience was fantastic. I was part of the Georgia Pacific operations team, working with a cross-functional team to help the Georgia Pacific team with their paper manufacturing facility in Palatka, Florida. We actually got to go down and tour the facility, and we actually got to see our solutions implemented during the course of the project. So it wasn't just some theoretical abstraction, it was something that we got to do and got to see implemented throughout the process. The reports and the presentations were a little bit difficult, and we got some harsh feedback from both T&M and Georgia Pacific, but overall it was a really great and enhancing opportunity because that's the kind of thing that we're going to all have to do in our future careers. And so getting to know now while we're students what that is going to look like was really beneficial for me. So I really encourage you to apply, come out, and be part of the class of 2023.
My name is Ted Vladdy, and I'm a 5th-year aerospace engineering major. I graduated T&M this past spring as part of the class of 2020. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about why I chose T&M and my experiences with the capstone project. I chose T&M because I wanted to get a different perspective from my engineering major. I got really good at using equations, got really good at performing analysis, designing certain vehicles, but I never really got that opportunity to understand the cost or understand how to market a certain product. And I think those skills are really important if you want to become a high-level executive or an upper-level manager. And so I applied to T&M, and I got in after my second try, and I had a great time. There are so many different opportunities I had, and I can't talk about all of them right now, but I want to highlight my capstone project. I worked with Caterpillar on switchgear, and switchgear is essentially a big breaker box that's placed in hospitals, data centers, or government facilities where uptime of electricity is really important, where you can either lose lives or a ton of money if you go down. So these boxes automatically switch from utility power to backup power in case of an outage or an emergency. Caterpillar wanted to update their product listing. They wanted to come up with a new product, and they challenged our team to come up with the engineering designs, the marketing materials, and the business case behind the new product. So we spent the first month really getting to know the first semester getting to know the customer, traveling around the Southeast, interviewing people, and building relationships with suppliers. And I thought this was really valuable because it's kind of like an out of classroom experience. It's not something that you will get to see in your traditional engineering. You're not talking to people. You're just a lot of times just doing assignments or doing some big senior design. But instead, with T&M, my senior design is just talking to people and trying to understand a field that I was not an expert in more. And then the second semester is really focused on executing. So these are where I'm learning new things so I can perform the business analysis, or learning brand new engineering skills so that I can develop a intelligent and just an intelligent engineering design. And finally, I worked with my group mates to just come up with a really good marketing material, trying to outline in Caterpillar's words what they should be doing. And so what I gained from this was really how to become a technical leader. And I think that's something, when I look back, I'm very, very happy that I was able to gain, because as an engineer, I'm not just going to be expected to work in some field that I am an expert in. I'm expected to get moved to a different field, spend a few months becoming a technical expert, and then being a technical leader in that field for my team. I think that's what T&M allows you the opportunity to do. Not only that, I just got to pick up a bunch of new business skills. So if I want to become a higher level executive or a manager, now I have those skills, I have that background. So hopefully that gave you a good overview of my experiences with T&M, why I thought it was valuable. And if you're interested in reaching out, please just email me. I'd love to chat more. Thanks for listening.
Hi everyone, my name is Carly Schmidt and I'm a current 5th year here at Georgia Tech, and I'll be graduating in December with a degree in Economics and International Affairs, and I graduated from the Technology and Management program in April with my minor in Technology and Business. During my time in the T&M program, I participated in the international experience to Hong Kong and Shenzhen, China. I interned for a corporate sponsor one summer, and this previous spring I worked with Georgia Pacific on my capstone project. So being in liberal arts at Georgia Tech, I feel like this program really helped round out my degree by teaching me the business concepts and principles that you need in all fields and workplaces, especially those that I'm interested in, such as nonprofits and government agencies. My liberal arts degree doesn't quite teach me these topics, and during interviews, employers have always been really impressed that I know basic finance and accounting principles, and I feel like that has really set me apart from other candidates going for the same positions. This previous spring, for my capstone project, I was working for Georgia Pacific Innovation. My favorite part of this experience was that all of my team members and I came from different majors and we had different backgrounds. So I learned so much, not only from our corporate sponsor and not only from working on the project, but really from my other team members. I learned some basic coding principles, and I now know a slightly absurd amount about the different material components of cutlery from my team member who was a material science and engineering major. It was such a cool experience to be able to learn from my peers and also be able to teach my peers, and we all brought a really different and unique perspective on how to approach solving our problem. Being in the capstone project also taught me about teamwork and project management, which can be applied to so many experiences in the future. Another one of my favorite experiences in the program has been this international experience. We traveled to Hong Kong and Shenzhen over spring break and got to meet with a multitude of different international businesses and international companies to learn about how to go about doing business in China. And we also got to work on a project with other students from Shenzhen University, and it was really cool to be able to engage in conversation about the educational differences between China and the United States. Overall, the T&M program has been beyond beneficial for me for so many reasons. The contacts and networking opportunities are incredible. Like I said, I received one of my summer internships from a corporate sponsor. I've taken advantage of the resume and career coaching opportunities numerous times throughout the past 2 years, but most of all, this program has really allowed me to grow personally, and it's pushed me outside my comfort zone with so many new opportunities, whether that is traveling internationally to a country where I definitely experienced culture shock or presenting to a room full of full-time corporate employees. I hope that this has been helpful and given you some insight into the technology and management program and how beneficial it can be during your time at Tech, and I wish you all the best of luck in the future.